Kiri Yasas, Kalimani. I really regret that I was not able to be with you in Volos in person. Just many travels happened to be done in the same time when it's this very important BCThubs conference. And then I had to choose to present online. I would like to say hello to all my dear friends which are in the audience, with whom I shared amazing time on many different projects. I really regret that I was not able to be there with you and to have fun. But I wish you a very successful conference and a pleasant time in Volos. For those who don't know me, my name is Darko Kovačević and I'm affiliated with University of Montenegro. What I would like to share with you are some developments which came through the implementation of one Interreg project led by University of Montenegro. It's a WRECKS4ALL project, Innovative Approaches to Sustainable Blue Tourism Development. Actually, innovation is local, because most of those things that I will speak about are already implemented in many Mediterranean countries, but over here, by implementing this project, we pushed a little bit attention to the blue tourism development, actually to dive tourism and appreciation of underwater cultural heritage as its resource. So, I will talk a little bit about existing regional disparities, which actually we wanted to tackle with WRECKS4ALL project implementation. The development and implementation of WRECKS4ALL project will be actually the subject of this presentation, and then I will point out the utilization of digital technologies which enhance the accessibility and raise awareness in the region. As you know, this region is very fruitful when it comes to the underwater cultural heritage and underwater natural attractiveness and resources. So the flagship country is apparently Croatia, with a very well-developed research system, and dive tourism is well established in the country. But Bosnia and Montenegro are a little bit behind. So what we wanted, we wanted to try to equalize all the region when it comes to the recognition of underwater cultural heritage, its protection, and let's say uptake of the institution factor. That's a very important resource for the blue tourism development. So the lack of system recognition for underwater cultural heritage and underwater natural heritage was apparent just in media. One Google search was yielding the titles which were actually presenting, let's say, very negative image. A lot of treasure hunting, looting was happening, and this is something what actually triggered us at the University of Montenegro to develop the project, which will kind of be the game changer. So, when we were looking at the legal framework, everything was fine. So, UNESCO 2001 Convention on Protection of Underwater Cultural Heritage in Montenegro was ratified in 2008, very early. Then the law on the protection of cultural properties was declaring that underwater cultural heritage, both from inland waters and the territorial sea, should be protected accordingly. So in 2016, the Ministry of Culture established a joint operational team for the monitoring and protection, but actually we never saw any results or effect of this teamwork. The dive tourism was and still is quite undeveloped, so there is a huge military burden and lack of recognition of the touristic approach. So the situation was actually that we had institutional confusion with regards to implementation of UNESCO 2001 Convention. You have all these institutions just shifting responsibilities to one another, no one taking responsibilities. There was no law enforcement and control of the sea. low level of protection of underwater cultural heritage, complete lack of research capacities and institutional framework for underwater archaeology, low level of communication and a lot of misunderstandings among the stakeholders, and the dive tourism sector in the development phase. So this is something what was actually creating our implementation strategy, project development strategy, and project implementation strategy. So we developed a project named Protecting Underwater Heritage through its digitization and valorization as a novel tourist offer. The project was co-founded by the program IPA Interreg, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Montenegro trilateral. Lead partner was University of Montenegro, and the project partners were Tourism Organization of Municipality of Bar, Tourism Board of Herzegovina and Neretva Canton from Mostar, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and from Croatia, our K partners were University of Split and Croatian Maritime Museum Split. Our intervention logic was it started in 2017 with our situation analysis, SWOT analysis, and all other analyses which were actually very impactful to the project development. In 2018, we started the media campaign in order to set the scene and to build the audience and raise awareness. 2019, we prepared the project for implementation and started, and then through 2020 and 2021, we really worked hard to implement all project activities. In 2022, the project was closed by the end of the year, and we launched the WRECKS4ALL virtual reality showroom as our contribution to the local tourism and economy. And also we established the research unit for underwater cultural heritage. In 2023, we were working on the development and promotion of WRECKS4ALL showroom, and in 2024, we got a capitalization of WRECKS4ALL project on the trilateral IPA South Adriatic to transfer the WRECKS4ALL model to the new territories. Our strategy and the approach was actually implemented through the workshops, meetings, and focus groups. We were working a lot of interviews and questionnaires in order to fine-tune and to adjust our strategy and the approach according to situation, which was really not in our favor. We had COVID-19 and then complete political turmoil, which was covering most of the years of implementation of the project, where all decision makers were changing on the monthly basis. The project started with mapping of cultural and touristic sector stakeholders, where we tried to understand their relations and to bridge the gaps. This defined our joint objectives, which were later on materialized in the development of the action plan for cross-border management, improvement, and touristic valorization of underwater cultural heritage. This action plan was a toolkit for change and development. We were trying to distinguish dive tourism from the security, military, and sports sectors, because there was a really confusion whether the dive tourism is a business or that's a kind of sport, or military should have the monopoly over it, or military actually sector should have monopoly over it. And then apparently we were advocating for protection and promotion of this resource. The action plan was also aiming for the development of the diving destination, for the diving to be recognized as an economic activity, and then we were actually trying to influence the drafting of the laws and regulations which will set the diving tourism as per international standards. We were educating representatives of relevant institutions, both and service providers, and trying to push the boundaries so that Montenegro can be recognized as organized and safe destination for diving. Also, we developed jointly models for the destination management and promotion of underwater cultural heritage, which actually were aiming to bridge the gap between the countries and to equalize the quality of service and implementation of international standards of this tourism service activity. Capacity building was done for the cultural sector and for the dive service providers. It was a photogrammetry course and introduction to underwater archaeology and underwater cultural heritage protection systems. So both stakeholders would be on the same line and work together on the documentation and protection of underwater cultural heritage sites. We mapped the shipwrecks for the purpose of developing scuba diving tourism thematic routes networks. And from this mapping, we selected the most attractive shipwrecks to be photogrammetrically scanned, and these 3D models were later brought in the Unity engine to be kind of adapted for the virtual dives on the Oculus Quest headsets or mobile applications that we developed. So our virtual reality product was comprising of the offer from 3 countries. 3 wrecks were presented in the virtual reality as a simulation of diving with POIs and narration, like a little bit general historical background, then the actual event of the wreckage, and then the testimonies or the technical details of all of the shipwrecks were presented to the points of interest. And 3 shipwrecks were, as I said, in virtual reality, and 3 were presented through the videos and photos with the historical narration. Here you can see small video on how the scene looks like. This is the Dark ship, French destroyer sunk near the harbor of Bar. So this product is presented in the virtual reality showrooms. WRECKS4ALL virtual reality showrooms are actually our materialization of all project concepts, where we enhance the access to underwater cultural heritage to the non-divers. They are established in the Faculty of Maritime Studies in Kotor in Montenegro, in the Broderie building in Mostar, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and in the Croatian Maritime Museum in Split in Croatia. So they have 20 seats, 20 headsets, so one kind of large group can really make the virtual dive and enjoy underwater cultural heritage sites of the region. Also, there is a mobile app available on the App Store and Google Play called WRECKS4ALL. You just type WRECKS4ALL and you download the app. You can download augmented reality plugin and enjoy the same scenario as in the virtual reality showrooms in these 3 countries. So, as well, we developed interactive GIS, let's say GIS virtual map, with the purpose to highlight the quantity of underwater cultural heritage as a blue tourism resource, and to influence both tourists and stakeholders to be aware of the extent of this resource, of its quality, and possibility that someone can find some interesting areas to set up the startup of small diving businesses and to kind of foster the development of dive tourism industry in the area. The impact of the WRECKS4ALL project was something that we are quite proud of. We established the first research unit, although that was not the objective of the project, but that was negotiated through the project implementation with the management of the University of Montenegro. Also, we influenced the draft of the new law on tourism services. Unfortunately, it's still in the process of acceptance by the Assembly of Montenegro, and all our advices which came through the action plan and through the dive destination development action plan and through the destination models, management destination models, they came to the strategy for tourism development up to 2025. Apparently, because of these political changes and the turmoil, all of this is still in the process of uptake and implementation. The capitalization of WRECKS4ALL project on IPA South Adriatic program is something that we are very, very happy with, because this capitalization is building on our previous experiences, outputs and results of the original WRECKS4ALL project, with the aim to foster innovative cultural and tourism development, to support the local economic growth of coastal areas. We capitalize on outputs such as action plan for the dive destination improvements. We leverage virtual reality and augmented reality-based access to underwater cultural heritage, and we expand to the new territories, Pula region, where we have University of Salento as a partner, then Molise region of Italy, where we have EU Relation GEIE company as a partner, and in Albania, where we have municipality of Flora as a great partner. So we are aiming to enhance the capacities of the stakeholders to the training, which will be done in the next year, and it will be based on digitization and use of digital products, and to enhance the awareness and to make the underwater cultural heritage accessible. So thank you for your attention. My name is Darko Kovačević, and you have an email address. You can send your questions. I will promptly reply. One more time, I wish you the best of luck on the BCThubs conference, and I wish you to see you somewhere soon in person. Thank you very much.